Hello and welcome. Today we've got John Baxter, and today we are going to be discussing oxygen chamber, multi-wave isolator, and the vibration plate therapy. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview, unless, of course, myself and John can use our words wisely due to the insane censorship that's happening right now. John, thank you for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to?
Hey, thanks, Nicholas. Thanks for having me on. Basically, I'm living the dream over here. And the amount of veterans and the amount of people that are getting benefits from this technology is astounding. And whatever the issue is, we can address these types of things with the technology that we've been working on very long and hard for. So as far as things coming together, things are really coming together over here.
Well, that's amazing. So why don't you tell us what these three are? Because I know you are saying that they go very well together. They're very, working combination. So why don't you give us a short presentation of what they are, how you use them, and what they're good for?
Well, the first one is the oxygen chamber, otherwise known as the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So in the past, we've revolutionized this technology already. Over 10 years ago, we had a design to use our grounding technology, the technology I often show. And the grounding technology with the oxygen chamber brings us to a pre-flood atmosphere. So this pre-flood atmosphere adds about 4 to 10% higher oxygen and a little bit more atmospheric pressure on the body. And the end result of that is people that you hear about in the Bible living very old, into the 3s, the 4s, the 6, 900 age group. And this was something because people were grounded. They had their feet barefooted on the ground. The extra oxygen in the atmosphere, along with a different bariatric pressure, was giving enough oxygen to the body. Remember, Otto Warburg, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, cancer and other diseases and illnesses cannot live in an oxygenated, alkaline environment. So that is the beauty of the oxygen chamber. And we've had people from all sorts of health modalities come here that are experts. And a lot of people said they've never experienced anything like this. And it's due to the grounding technology that we created on our bed cover, that we've incorporated into the standard hyperbaric chamber. What we've done is made an affordable solution. And of course, people can try this when they come see us and that type of thing as well. So that's the first item that's
okay. So when you tell us that people used to, in the biblical characters, they used to live up to 300, 400, 500, 600 years old. I mean, that's quite significant amount of time of extra life. So how does being grounding really support you living that much extra? Because since it's quite, significant.
Right. So the one thing that the current medical system doesn't want people to have is more oxygen. More oxygen to the brain equals more cognitive function. And if you slow down the breathing and create fear, it's hard to use the mind as it was created. Right. So the extra oxygen in the body and the extra oxygen in the organs, right, create a suppleness, an energy, a kind of original intention to this body that we've had. Right now, with all the man-made things and less oxygen in the atmosphere, we are just hovering above catastrophic everything. That's why you see all the catastrophic illness just hitting the world hard on the planet. So the combination is that oxygen can actually oxidize the body, and you could actually get older with too much oxygen. But the secret that we knew over 10 years ago is that if you had an antioxidant, AKA the earth, standing barefoot on the earth, along with that much oxygen, you won't age, you'll actually de-age. So, and the people that we've seen come in here that tried it, that have tried an atypical oxygen chamber, were just floored and blown away.
Wow. Okay, and let's go on to the multi-wave isolator. What is that, and how does that work?
So we have the smaller versions, right? This is a multi-wave oscillator, and these, we are very proud of these. These you can use at home. They're safe, effective, affordable. And this is what we know about the human body, right? The human body, when it's healthy, runs about 70 millivolts, right? That was what the medical industry used as a healthy functioning cell in quantum skin suit, right? If you're running at 70, you're healthy. A cancerous cell, it runs at 15 millivolts. Old age, a guy that's in his 70s, is going to have the millivolts of around 35. When we were an embryo and a baby, right, in the mother's womb, we were running 70 to 90 millivolts. So these types of technologies increase and strengthen the cell in one single cell at a time. So the frequency of the cell gets enhanced by the energy that's harmonizing the cell with the multi-wave oscillator. Lavokatsky was the Russian that created this. We call it Tesla because Tesla was the real guy that created it. But Lavokatsky, he was the one that was known about the multi-wave oscillator. And these are all cancel, basically, culture technology. But once you understand the fundamentals of the issues with cellular structure and them being out of whack, so it's easier to think of what I just told you as an instrument. If you have, if you're playing a guitar and one of the strings is out of tune, think of that as the out of tuneness is a cellular structure out of tune, right? This is going to harmonize those cells and strengthen them. And essentially what we have with our new multi-wave oscillators is two huge versions of this. It's actually 200 times more powerful than these. So this was the machine, and the new oscillators is very similar to the machine that Nikola Tesla used to heal himself. He got hit by a car, and those bones helped to regenerate by putting his cellular structure back in tune, in harmony. So
where did you say I could keep them if I had one of those? And, how far, what's the radius?
Yeah, so these measure a little over 6 feet out. So you would basically put these between a chair, and between your chair, you would put them a couple feet on the sides of your chair. And you could do it for a max of 10 minutes each session. You could do up to 2 sessions a day, depending on your level of illness and disease. If you're a stage 4 or something like that, you'd want to slowly get into it. But this is also, even though I'd like to mention it, even though this technologies came from a time that's over 70 years ago, we still say that it's an experimental technology due to the insane censorship. But we keep it at that level. We're not in a war with the big pharma. We're not in the war with the standard Western medicine. We are doing this with the right intention to give people access to stuff they need, right? So we do demonstrations here, and in the demonstrations, these product demonstrations, people can get a lot of benefit, even in a demonstration.
Absolutely. And let's talk about the vibration plate therapy. What does that do, and how does it work?
So I'll throw out the quote that you hear from Nikola Tesla. It's energy, frequency, and vibration are the keys to the universe, right? If you want to understand those, start thinking in terms of that. And again, this technology, this vibration plate, it's basically a plate you stand on that vibrates at a frequency, and it strengthens the body. So you can turn on the program, run the program for 10 minutes, and actually it would equate from the vibration. It could equate to 5 miles. It could equate to 10 miles of actual exercise without having to move much. So think of the vibration plate as a cheat code for health. So instead of like waking up, a lot of us are working from home more often. We need to get outdoors. We need to get more oxygen. We need to get more exercise. But as a standard cheat code, if you could do your exercise in 5 or 10 minutes instead of 1 hour or 2 hours, you could simply stand on this machine and get that workout in. So all the stuff we have here essentially goes back, and it's complementary, but it's to make the most out of your life with essentially the time you have left over. And me, as the guy with the pain to purpose story, broken my neck over 20 plus years ago, healing it on my own. That's how I got here with all the technology. So having these extra cheat codes, I am just a channel of this energy and this technology to, it started as a selfish, somewhat of a selfish thing to heal myself, but I was able to take those gifts and spread them to others. So, the vibration plate therapy is just a cheat code. And if you think of a vibration going up the spine, rebalancing, giving the body homeostasis again, that's what all this is doing, giving the body homeostasis. And essentially, so you're smiling for no reason, happy, feeling good internally for no other reason but to feel good. And that's something that we've forgotten as a society.
Absolutely. Well, John, thank you very much for that. Is there a link that I can use in the video description below so that people can ask you questions? They can have a look a bit more about this, the products that you're, have there. And also if it's good for medical people who would like to implement it in their health centers. What do you think about that?
Yeah, there'll be a link below with these products, if it's okay, Nicholas. And we have a lot of people, every profession, whether it's massage therapy or a medical doctor, all the different professions. And if you have a quick moment, I could just run through and you could visually see what I'm talking about, right? Because at the end of the day, the foundation of our technology is the bed cover, the grounding cover with the far infrared. Essentially here with the voltage meter. This is the foundation to the bariatric or the hyperbaric chamber. As you can see, when I touch the cover, I go to 0 and it neutralizes all my inflammation. So that's pretty powerful. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that bed cover on this is the foundation to the health, and it adds all the way through to all the other stuff. So let me show you really quick here. This is the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. It's very affordable. Brings back the environment that we were talking about before, right? Here's the vibration plate you stand on. That was the vibration plate system. There's 2 of them. And here are those MultiWave oscillators that we were talking about. There's 2 versions. There's the oval version, and then there's the round version. And with this grounding tech, you can simply sit on this technology, and it lasts 10 minutes, like I was saying.
Wow.
Here's another vibration plate that we have. Here's a new pillow that we just came out with. But with all this technology, that's the MultiWave oscillator here that you sit between the chairs. So you can be getting all types of harmonizing cellular resonance from using those multi-wave oscillators.
Wow, that looks amazing, and it looks very interesting. I really want to, play with them.
Yeah, I
it
just
looks
need
really
you
good.
to. I would hope that you could spend quite a few days here and just bathe yourself in this and just detox from the current environment.
Absolutely. Well, John Baxter, thank you very much for sharing that with us. I will leave a link below in the description. And also the viewers can ask you more questions, if needed. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
No, I'd just like to thank you again for helping get this message out. There's a lot of people that need assistance, and that's what our calling has been.
John Baxter, thank you very much. And we'll speak again soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.
God bless you.